Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Somebody let me know if you can hear me at all. Anybody out there? Hello, hello. Not sure if you can see me and hear me there. Let me know if you can see me and hear me. Anybody in the chat, can you hear me? I see a yep. I assume that you can hear me. All right, guys. The very first thing that I wanted to say was tomorrow happens to be the primaries, and if you really want to affect change, that's the number one way to do it. Make sure that you understand that when you vote in the primaries, you have to stick with your party. You can't vote across parties in the primary; it won't be counted. So if you go Republican, of course you have to vote. You have to stay with that. Democrat, same way. So make sure you understand that. Turn out, turn up, and make sure you get that vote in. If you got neighbors, maybe check with them, make sure that they can get out. If they can't, take them, take care of everybody and get them in there. So that was the first thing that I wanted to go over for sure. And now I want to say hello to everybody out there, and anybody that wants to say anything to me, feel free. I'll try to keep up with the chat. I've got it slowed down a little bit here. I'm going to try to keep up. So um, interesting things coming, guys. The first thing that well, actually, the second thing, since the first thing I've already said, um, the way I'm seeing it, guys, is the only way other than voting that we are ever going to affect real change in this city, this county, this state, and this country is we have to get back to being united we stand. I'm sure you all remember the old united we stand, divided we fall. Unfortunately, we have already fallen, and it's just because we've been asleep for so long and we've allowed our servants to become the master. And the only way we're going to be able to get over that is we need to stand together. And when I say stand together, I mean by the World of Coke type stand together, hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder, being able to agree to disagree with our petty little differences about why we argue, why we're divided, because none of that is going to matter at the end of the day. We all want the same thing, that life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, that absolute freedom that we're guaranteed being Americans in the Constitution. And the only way we're going to get that is to stand together. The more people we have together, the louder the voice is, whether that's a city council meeting or even if we have to go all the way to Washington. So, anyway, we're going to be trying to get together. I've already formed a pretty good network. And if you're out there, if you have skills doing anything at all, whether it be mechanic work, if you can Google anything that you can do, get with me. We're putting together a network of people helping people so that, anybody that needs anything, if they're paralegals, attorneys, anybody out there that has the opportunity to provide either a discount or a free, advice to anyone, get with me, let me know. I'm going to be putting together, like I said, a huge network of people helping people. That's what it's all going to be. Somebody said, where are we at here? Yeah, well, that may be a good idea. Before you ask your neighbor if you need a ride, find out if they plan to vote. That's kind of what I meant. If you know anything about them, most people do know their neighbors. Some people don't. Maybe it's a good time to get to know them. Your neighbors want the same thing you do, I'm sure, and you may argue about political decisions, but that's okay. You can agree to disagree. No need to come to the line and fight. What we need to do is walk that line and be together, because it's the only way we're going to get the actual change that we want. I think for the most part, both sides of the fence really want the same thing as far as we the people are concerned. Anyway, do I need equipment? I don't even know what kind of equipment I need. What I have is what I have, and I'm trying to put it together the best that I can. Of course, you see that I'm not a pro at this by any means. So I have people sending me information. Spee says she is blocked. Well, she's coming up here. I don't know that she's blocked. I'm not sure how to unblock it, so I'm not sure how that works. If you could tell me there, work line, if I need to do something, let me know, and I'll do that. Um, I guess I could possibly use a mic now that you're asking. I don't know if you can hear me okay. I just got this webcam this morning and got it hooked up so that I was able to do it from my PC. I'm not a whiz on the phone by any means. I'm much better on the computer than I am a phone for sure. Any response about what Donnie told me? Well, I told him the same thing that he told me. I can't do any more than that. It has nothing to do with me. I was just a go-between in that. Um, that's it. I don't really have any more information on that. More out in the field. If there's some kind of a mic that I can put on that phone that I have to make it better, so that people can hear better, then yeah, I guess I need that. I know that there are people that have sent me links to different stuff, and I'm working on checking that out. I've looked at a lot of stuff. Cost keeps me down at the moment. I'll work on it. Let's see. Someone gets hurt, you might want to tell someone. Right. Well, I told the guy, who was directly involved. So, as far as I know, I think they're going to do like a restraining order or something. Um, I wish, guys, I could be the human shield for everybody. Unfortunately, I can't. So all I can do is relay information when I know it. I have an iPhone, not an Android. I do have an iPhone. It's a 13 Pro Max, if that matters. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to keep up here. Does have to do with put yourself in. Yeah, well, the only reason that I had let him know was just because I do care, and I don't want any violence, guys. It's not about violence. If it has to come to violence, we've already been there. That doesn't solve anything. That's the entire problem. We need to stand together and peacefully redress our government, and that's the only way we're actually going to get any real change anywhere. We've already tried the whole protest idea. There have been people protesting since the beginning, and as far as I know, a lot of the uh, politicians and things, I'm pretty sure they drive right by the signs and hear the slogans, and I'm pretty sure they laugh on their way in to do whatever they're doing anyway. So the protest itself won't work. What we need is peaceful assemblance, um, getting together, deciding to agree and be able to agree to disagree on certain things and go after that change that we're all looking for. And we have to learn how to legally and peacefully redress our government for grievances. Got to be out there more. Yeah, well, being out there more is a challenge sometimes. I try to be out there as much as I can, but I'm only one guy. So, I mean, if I could split myself into two or three, I'd sure be all over it. Make sure you go check out American Pride Ohio. He's the guy that does run with me. His truck burns so much gas that we'd have to fill the whole bed to get through town. So, unfortunately, he has to ride with me, and we aren't able to split up at the moment. But if there's anybody else out there that wants to come out and help us out, sure, let me know. Get a hold of me. If we get enough people together, we'll be able to take certain parts of town, kind of like the police do, and we'll be able to catch them everywhere they're at, instead of me having to run the whole town and catch them, anywhere I can. Acts as moderate. I don't know that there's a group that does that, but that's what I'm working on. I'm trying to be that man in the middle, the guy who's able to network between between the cops and the citizens, between the people who hate cops and the people who love cops. The idea is we all have to stand together and stand for the things that we can all stand together for. Anytime you disagree with the group on a certain topic, you feel free to step out. Sometimes all it's going to take is having more warm bodies, in the seats behind. We'll have to find someone who can speak for the group. I don't know that I'm that person. There are probably people who are a lot more qualified and more intelligent than I am. I'm just trying to get people together. Yeah, if I'm not nice to the cops, I'm sure they would turn on me. The idea is to keep that from happening. I don't want to hide out until they hurt somebody or try to film them covertly so that they do violate civil rights just so I can run in like the hero and have something to say. I would rather go out and show them right there that I have the camera on them at all times. That way they're unable to do that on camera. So I hope that helps out there a little bit. I'm not a rude person. I don't really have it in me. I mean, I can be, of course. If they were to come against me, you would see that. But they haven't done that. So until that day comes, I have no reason to bring hatred, anger, and animosity toward them because I don't have it for them. I can't sit here and tell you exactly who's good and who's bad. I don't have all of that information. Some things I know, some things I don't know. But either way, when they're out on the streets, until we can get the change that we need, we have to deal with the ones that are out there. So the best way to do that is cordially, and that way they allow me to stay on the scene, and I don't have all of those problems, so that I don't end up in jail, and then there's nobody out, making sure that accountability is being held. All it takes is a decent human, and that's me. Well, I don't know anything about that. I'm just me. Whether you consider me decent, indecent, I that's up for you all to decide, guys. I'm just trying to be me, and I'm just trying to lead people together. I'm not a leader, but I think that I can lead people together. That's the idea. We all need to stand up together. And I don't really care about your past. I don't care if you're a criminal. I don't care if you're a saint. Sexual orientation, race, creed, religion, all of that stuff. None of that means anything in the movement that we're trying to build here. None of it means a doggone thing. We can be together, and we can disagree about certain things and lifestyles and all that, but that has nothing to do with the original freedom, that we all want and need, the freedom that we've been asleep and allowed them to take away from us a little bit at a time. The only way we're going to get it back is to go after all of that as a group, as we the people. you know we the people. That's how it has to work. It's not I can't do anything. I'm just a little old hillbilly from Pedro. I can't accomplish anything without you, but with you, with enough of you, we can accomplish everything everywhere. I promise you we can. We The great thing is the area that we live in, most people around here, I think, are kind of like me. They're actually pretty nice. Most of them are really cordial, and if most of them know, if someone needs something, they're more than happy to give everything they have to help somebody. I know that they've done it with me. I've done it with others. And as long as we can keep doing that, I want to build a huge network, guys, so that we can bring people the help that they need. I don't know everyone that needs help. They'll have to let me know, and I don't know everyone that can provide help. I mean, and I'm calling out across the nation and across the world. It doesn't matter where you are and what you have the skills to do. If you have skills that can help us, please hit me up. Email me at irontonauditor@gmail.com, and hit me up. Find me on Facebook Messenger, send me a message, and I'm going to get me. It was a great idea, by the way. Someone suggested that I get a map and put pins in it with notes so that I know who's where and what resources they have, and and we'll be able to get people together. When I know someone needs something, I'll be able to put them in contact with the people that can help them. Voting changed anything to make it illegal. That is a serious possibility. Right now, that's the only ace in the hole. Until we, the people, get together, and we can fairly put people up for election. Until then, the system's always designed against us, guys. They put up the candidates they want you to vote for, and you really don't have a choice. I hear people say all the time they have to choose between the lesser of two evils, and unfortunately, that's true for the moment. But if we can get together, we can stop all of that. We can actually get back to we the people, where we do have a choice, and we can actually affect that change. But not as Brian on High Impact Flicks is famous for saying, not one of us is greater than all of us. All of us is where the greatness comes from. We all have to get together, and we have to decide on those things that we can change, and then work to change that. I wish that I was the most intelligent. I am not. However, collectively, we can be the most intelligent people everywhere all the time. We'll know everything that we need to know. Unfortunately, I don't know everything, and I'm not sure of anyone who does. But there are people out there that know a lot more than me about certain things, and I'm just an old fix-it guy. I learned how to fix broken stuff. So, that's where my expertise lies. Everything else is just my my oath and my true feeling and true love for each and every person out there. It's, you know, I love people, and I really want us to get together, because if we don't, then, you know, we're doomed. We've already done that. We've already went to sleep and stayed separated. And as long as we're arguing amongst each other and not standing together, it's going to stay that way. If you want to change it, then get with me. Let's do it. Let's stand up together. Like I said, whether that's a city council meeting or whether that's, you know, anything, we can handle all that. So we just need to get together and, you know, find out who has what information we need, elect that spokesperson, and the rest of us just stand behind them. Right, right. Even if they are playing for my camera, even if it's all a big pretend act, at least it's working. You know, it's a battle that we're winning as we go. We haven't even gotten to the war yet. We're just starting the battle. But you know, it seems as if, at least what I'm hearing from people, that it seems to be working. And as long as it's working, I don't care if it's an act or not. If it's an act, sooner or later it'll fall apart, and we'll catch them because we'll be there. Fixing community relations, I'm sure trying. That's the idea. You know, we have to bridge the gap between us and law enforcement. We have to bridge the gap between us and local and state and federal government. You know, I haven't known anyone really to give it their all and give this a shot. So let's try that. You know, I mean, it's the only thing we haven't tried. Geez, if we fail, at least we give it everything we have. You know, who out there is ready to put up the good fight? And when I say fight, I don't mean throwing bullets and fists and words. I mean throwing a proper, peaceful redressing of government, doing it the right way. Have I done anything for the black community? I haven't done anything for any community. I'm just now starting. I don't see. I got to be honest. It's not about the black community and the white community and the Muslim. It's not about any of that for me. We the people. We're all the people. We're all the same. Um, you know, it's not about race and creed and religion to me. I don't care who you are, where you're from. I don't care what kind of a criminal background you have or not. Like I said, I don't care if you're a criminal or a saint, a sinner. None of that matters to me. We the people are all that matters. So, you know, it doesn't matter what color or anything like that to me. It's irrelevant to me. If they want to come out and stand with us, that's fine. Anyone, everyone, all the time. That's who I'm looking for. I'm looking for everybody, everybody, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of us. You know, we the people, literally all of us. Don't give up. You don't have to worry about that. I'm not going to give up. I wouldn't give this up for nothing. Now it's just kind of become. I'm enjoying it so much. I wish I could share with you all the people that I've spoken with and all the things that I've heard. Of course, I get some negative comments. That kind of stuff doesn't really bother me. It rolls off my back like water off a duck. So I don't really pay too much attention to that. But I tell you what, the positive ones. You guys really touched my heart in a way that I never thought was possible. I'll be honest. I appreciate that. Thank you so very, very much for that. I would agree. Well, possibly one true definition of stupidity is knowing the truth and not acknowledging it. That is a fact. A lot of people don't know the truth because they hear somebody like me or others say something, and then they walk away believing that's absolutely true, but never checking on it themselves. So take my word for it. No matter who tells you, no matter what you learned in school, no matter who tells you what, no matter what authority you think it comes from, even if it's your parents, if you don't have proof to believe what you believe, go get that proof. That way that you are able to know that you know that you know what the truth is. Don't believe me just because I said it. I promise. I don't know everything. I've admitted that from the beginning. I don't claim to know everything. I just claim to know the little bit that I know. And the only reason that I do know is because I am willing to go check. I am willing to go read. So, if you're unable to read, hey, get with me. I'll read it to you. We'll find out. We'll find an audio version. We'll figure something out. I promise you. If it's about education, we can bring that too. That's kind of why we're out here. We have to educate the people so that they are able to stand. An extreme view will never win. It doesn't matter what side. I would agree completely. That's kind of the point. That's why we need to put all that pettiness aside and stand together. How close is Flatwoods? An officer shot through the neck last night. Wow. Flatwoods is actually just right across the river. It's not all that far at all from Ironton, just a few miles, literally. There's man, I'm sorry to hear about that. That is terrible that an officer was shot through the neck. It's terrible that anybody would be. Um, I'll have to look into that. I hadn't heard that yet. I stay pretty busy, so I don't have time to sit around and watch everybody else's YouTube videos. If I did, I'd get nothing done. There's thousands of hours of that stuff to watch every day and every week. So thank God that people like you tell me things and lead me to certain information, because if you didn't, I would not be able to find it all on my own. Yes, unfortunately, truth can alienate you from both sides. That is a fact. Most people don't like it when you spit truth. It hurts, you know, as they say, if the shoe fits. And sometimes for all of us, when we hear the truth about ourselves, it really, really hurts. I can promise you that it has about me. That's why I've learned to mature and grow from the person that I used to be into the person that I am today. I'm reading they closed the Russell schools because of it. Wow. That is something I wish I had more information on that. I don't. So I'm just reading through the chat here and finding out, as I assume some other people are. Somebody said he was answering a call of a suspicious male, and that male shot him. Well, then, wow. Apparently, suspicion was warranted. Okay, somebody said they messaged me all the details. That'd be great. And then, you know, when we get back on here, you know, maybe I'll have an update and a little more a little more information to people outside of the local area who are unable to know themselves. You have to know that I never watch TV ever. I don't watch the news. I don't get my news there. So, you know, a lot of those things that would pop up immediately, I wouldn't see for a couple of days because I wasn't looking for it. Never deal with the cops cordially to avoid jail. Well, it seems to be working. You know, I don't know what works for you, but I think screaming and arguing is sure going to get you in jail a lot faster than being cordial. But hey, each his own. I don't tell anybody else how to do it, so you know, I only know one way to do it, so that's what I do. Now, I would agree with that. It's not about race. It's about the poor. You know, there really is not much for a working class anymore, and all of us that have been there know that now. You know, it like I said, it's we the people. You know, it's not about race and religion, creed, color, all that stuff. None of that really matters when it comes to we the people. The Constitution had nothing to do with color, and if it did then, it definitely doesn't now. So, you know, it's not about that anymore. Everybody has to stand up together. If you live in this country and you deem yourself a citizen of the United States of America, and you believe in that American dream, the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, then you're exactly the people we're looking for, and it doesn't matter who you are or where you're from. I would agree. Aggressiveness will not get you anywhere, not only in Ironton, but I think pretty much anywhere. That's not the right way to approach things. You'll catch much more flies with honey than with vinegar. If you walk up and treat your quote unquote public servants as slaves, like all of a sudden you're the master lording over them, then you're definitely not going to get the results that you want. They'll be much more willing to help you if you come at them cordially instead of trying to come at them as their master. You know, we the people are the masters, but you individually are the master of nothing, and you're deluding yourself if you think so. Russell, now connect me with good people. Absolutely, if you can connect me with people, that'd be great. You know, if they want to audit Kentucky, you know, maybe I'll go ride with them some night. You know, we can sure do that. That's not a problem. Insubordination is the key to freedom. Right. It has to be peaceful noncompliance. So there's a huge difference between between being non-compliant and being peacefully non-compliant. There is a huge difference between the two, and I beg you to think carefully about what I'm trying to say. Um, we have to do this peacefully, because if not, all we're going to do is end up fighting not only amongst each other, but with our public servants, and they're going to fight back against us. Haven't we already proven that? I mean, I think the proof speaks for itself. You know, uh, my grandmother told me once, if you're in a hole, quit digging. You know, and we the people have been kind of digging our own hole for a while, and what we need to do is stop and climb out of that and find out who we are again, because we actually have the power. We just have to be able to stand back up and take that back. But we have to do it the right way, you know, and the only right way is to do it peacefully. I mean, unless you guys are looking for a war, I'm surely not. I'm not looking for a war at all. The war that I'm looking for is fought on an intellectual level, it's fought on a legal level, and it's definitely fought on a peaceful level. Thank you for some of these great comments. I have to be honest. I don't deserve some of you know, I'm so unworthy of some of the nice comments that people are making. Just know that all that praise and honor that you're trying to throw my way, I deserve none of that. You know, the Father above, he's the one that should get all that. I don't deserve any of that. I can't take that for myself. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here, and I sure wouldn't be the person I am today. I can promise you that. I'm sure I understand that. No, we don't want a war here. Outsiders want the drama, though. That's seriously a possibility. Um, as you see, though, I'm not trying to stir up drama. That's not where I'm at. You'll never have me trying to use your emotions against you. You will never have me trying to use your anger and make you see dollar signs. You know, all that stuff is pointless and senseless. The only way we're going to get this done is through peaceful, we the people, standing up together, and you know, and doing what they call peaceful non-compliance. That's how it has to work. You know, it's the only thing we haven't tried, guys. We've tried everything else. Let's give this a shot, because I'm pretty sure that we all know that that's going to work. That's what it's all about: people helping people. Yeah, we probably all do feel some level of unworthiness, but I can promise you that I feel a deeper level than most. Um, People have been so kind to me. It's probably because of my approach. You know, generally, just the average public, they are very kind to me, very cordial. You know, I'm the kind of guy that walks down the street, and sometimes I say, "Hey, how you doing today?" And a lot of times somebody will stop and tell me their whole life story in 15 minutes. You know, and I always listen, because maybe they just need to get it off their chest. They usually smile when they walk away, so I hope that they feel better. And if that's you, hey, and I'm out there and you want to talk to me, hey, hit me up. You know, I'm always up for conversation. Um, Telling someone that they are that instead of punching them in the face is peaceful noncompliance. Well, you know, I guess some things, you know, like I said, some things we'll have to agree to disagree, and that's okay. You know, that doesn't mean that we still can't stand together for what's important for all of us. You know, I mean, I'm ready to stand up for everybody, and I don't mind to be the first guy. You know, the cannon fodder. It doesn't bother me a bit. That's what I'm here for. You know, I'm here to be used by the people. So I'm just hoping that there are more brave souls in and around me that will come out and join me. You know, not necessarily with a camera to film the cops. That's not what I'm talking about. You know. I would agree. The town can get their power back, but the only way they're going to get that is through, is through peace. We're not going to get it. We're not going to get it spitting venomous words at each other for sure. I agree. Leave the drama of all the other channels out of here. It's not necessary here, guys. I have no reason to down anybody, and I'm not going to. It's just not in me. It's not worth my time. Um, I have too big of a job here trying to rally the people. That's what I'm trying to do, and that's it. I'm trying to make sure that they're protected as much, what little tiny bit I can with the camera, and otherwise, I just need you all to stick with me. Come out and visit. Sooner or later we'll have some get-togethers, and as we build this network. We'll be together even more, and then maybe some of the people who are a little bit afraid to come out, they'll see that they have a little bit more of a shield and fall into the masses of the people coming out, and everybody will start joining the bandwagon. Take a few hours. Some people take a little bit longer than a few minutes. That's okay. I'll listen as much as I can. I have no problems with that. Some people just need to get it off their chest. Some people don't always tell you all the truth either, and that's okay. I don't mind. I'll listen anyway. It just makes them feel better sometimes just to know that someone cares. Someone cares enough to listen, whether they're spitting truth or not. I've also heard about people not getting their money back after lockup. Apparently that don't just happen here. Apparently that happens a little bit of everywhere. I've heard that a little bit of everywhere. So, I don't I don't have any exact information on that. I've heard the same things that you have. And I don't like to make too many I don't like to make too many accusations and say things that I don't have proof in my hand for. Just because I know it to be true, if I can't prove it to you, then it's just words rattling in the air. So, I don't feel like I really have anything to prove anyway. So if there's something that you think I have to prove, you're welcome to say so. And I may agree and I may do that. I may disagree and may just ignore the whole thing. So I honestly don't feel like I really have anything to prove. I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm just trying to raise awareness, education, and show the people that we can stand up and we can be safe doing so. Right. What I'm saying applies to the whole tri-state. It actually applies to every state. And if we do this correctly, we'll have like a cookie cutter idea, and people all over the nation will follow us. They'll follow our example. I promise. Sure they will. We just have to prove to them that we can get the results that we need. Once we've done that, of course, everybody's going to take notice. Geez, the whole nation's watching us and laughing at us anyway. Let's stand up and show them that we are not the people that they think we are. Oh, guys, that if you're worried about the people unsubscribing from me, I've already got them back. So I mean that really didn't take long. That's only been a couple of days. I'm not sure why, but apparently people dig what I'm saying. I suppose it seems to be that way. I'm hoping I'm the kind of guy that can get the message out so that people can actually hear some real truth. Someone who actually cares. Someone who really just wants to bring people together. That's it. That's all I want to do. I want to bring us together. Once we're together, everything is possible. They can't stop us. If we the people stand up, we rule the entire country. You know, we managed to get through the tri-state, and into our county and out into the state, and then spread it into other states. And before long, it's a country movement. And once that happens, the rest of the world will start to pay attention. Mark my words. We can definitely be the start of something incredibly great. I promise you, keep watching. Great things are coming. You know, great things are coming. Sooner or later, we may find that final battle that we're looking for. But for the moment, all we can do is stand up and do things peacefully and legally in order to change the system back to what it was originally supposed to be. I will be reaching out to the city council, to the mayor, I'll be doing all of that. It's just I've had to get my ducks in a row. You know, having time is the problem. I've tried to keep up on current events the best I can. I've tried to be out as much as I can with the camera. That takes a lot of time. I've had to learn how to use software and go live and how to use the webcam. Took me. I got up this morning and went to Walmart at 7:30 in the morning, and I've been fiddling with this thing all day, just trying to get it to work right. So, you know, I work really hard, and I don't know a whole lot. So, you know, I have to spend a lot of time learning along the way. So, you know, there have been great advice and great tips and stuff here and there. And I try to, I read all the comments, even though I can't respond to everything. But I've gotten a lot of advice, and a lot of great people are sending me a lot of wonderful advice. So I wish I was able to take it all in at one time. You know, it takes me a while to get through everything. You know, they lead me to a link to learn something, and then of course I have to slow down and learn that. So. Am I going out at night only? No, no. I've been out morning and geez, for the first straight 30 days, I was out morning, noon, and night every day. I barely slept. That's why people were telling me, you know, I look tired. I was, you know, but I had to establish a big presence because I'm only one guy. It's very hard for me to cover the entire town 24/7. I mean, anyone expects that. I don't know what to tell you. I am absolutely unable to do that. I'm not even going to pretend like I can do something like that. I did the best I could, and I'm still doing everything that I can, but it's really hard to be in two or three different places at the same time, guys. I'm working on it. Until I get some help out there doing it, again, I'm just one guy, you know. I'm not only here just to watch the police. I am also here to rally the people together so that someday we don't have to watch the police anymore. Someday they'll just respect us, and we'll be back in charge where we should be, and they'll know better than to treat us that way, because they absolutely won't get away with it. You know, the transparency's already there. We just have to make sure that all the cameras out here that we have access to, and apparently that has been a problem. And you know, I will be working on those kinds of things. I could use some help though. You know, I'm not the best spokesperson, but I will do everything I can to mediate between the police department and the people, the sheriff's department and the people, the city government, city council, the mayor. I'm going to do everything I can to start talking with all of these people, because believe it or not, we need their help just as much as I need yours in order to accomplish all of this. I have big plans and big ideas, but I can't do any of that until I have some support and help. Some good stuff on this live. I'm impressed. Well, I'm glad somebody's impressed. I'm not used to being very impressive myself. You know, I'm just a little old guy. So, you know, as far as being impressive, I'm not the guy you'd normally look for sure. Sad seeing me lose weight and not sleeping. Yeah, well, you know, that's getting better. I've been eating like a horse for the last few days, so you know, I'd say I gained it back here pretty quick, and I have been sleeping really well. In case you don't notice, you know, I'm in a great mood. I'm feeling wonderful, loving life. You know, and I'm getting excited. I'm getting happy because I see this coming together. I know people are going to come out. I know they're going to turn up, and I know we're going to stand shoulder to shoulder. I absolutely know for a fact it's going to happen. You know, the more that come out and join us, the more that will come out and join us. I mean, that's just how it works. You know, I've heard a lot about how people say if there were any good cops, then they would stand up against the bad ones. While that is partially true, know and understand that some of those people really want to, but if they did that openly like that without any protection for themselves, not only do they lose their position, they lose their jobs, they lose everything just like you, and then they're worse than the average criminal to the rest of their quote unquote brotherhood, if you want to use those terms. I don't know how to term it. um, but you know, the bad ones would definitely be hitting them a lot harder than they would the average criminal. So you know, be very careful when you make judgments on people, you know, with opinion instead of fact. Know that there are a lot of really good people in government and, you know, police, whether it be our departments or any other in the country and in the world. There are really good people in there, but they're stuck just like us. And until we get together as we the people and stand up, When we do that, we'll be able to protect them as well, and then you'll see them coming out of the woodwork. I promise you, you will. You know, you may believe that they're all bad, but they're not. I promise you, they're not. They're not. You know, the majority of people are kind of bad, which means that no matter where you are or what kind of job you've got, whether it's fast food, being a cop, or working construction, you know, you'll have good and bad and everything, and that's a fact. Anybody that would argue with that, I guess you can go argue with the wind. It won't do any good to argue with me. You know, I think what I'm saying is just, I guess I'm going to call it uncommon sense, because it seems like these days common people don't have much, and that's what we have to fix. You know, we have to get people out of the realm of opinion and back into the realm of absolute fact and education, because the opinions are what's killing us. You know, our opinions are what separates us. You know, thanks to that TV and everything that you see on it, and the radio and everything that you hear, all it does is separate us with every idea and thing that they can come up with to keep us arguing amongst ourselves. Once we're able to put that to bed and stand up as a people, I promise you, we're going to see great things happen. It's already coming together for me. I've talked to so many people, and you'd just be amazed at how many people are ready. You know, so if you're out there and you're listening to me right now and you know other people, hey, come on, let's get together. Get a hold of me. Get a hold of me somehow. And you know, we're building that network, and not only can we affect change in the real world with government and policing, you know, we'll be able to help each other. You know, someday when you're out and your tire goes flat, you'll be able to get a hold of Terry, the Ironton auditor, or whoever I end up becoming, and we'll be able to get you help wherever you're at. If you need legal advice soon, we'll be able to help you with that. We'll be able to put you in contact with people who are able to help you with that. So, you know, just know that we're working on a huge network, and it's not only here in the local area, but I'm calling out all across the nation and all across the world. If you can help, let me know. If you're willing to help, let me know. And sometimes, like I said, all it's going to take is, you know, we're going to have some warm bodies too. So you don't really have to know anything or be an expert in anything. Sometimes you just have to be like-minded and be in the group. You know, the bigger the group is, the less they're able to shove us out like we don't matter. You know, because when I speak, no one really cares to hear me. But when we get together, if there's enough voices behind me, they can't turn us all away. It'll be absolutely impossible. Why am I pushing legal this, legal that? Um, I'm not sure what you're saying there. If you're just talking about me trying to do it the legal way, you have to understand, until we can change the laws, until we can change the system, the only way that we have of fighting back is using the legal system. You can't go outside of that. Otherwise, you're a criminal by law, you know. And if we're all going to be equal under the law, then daggone it, let's get equal under the law. You know, if you don't want to be equal under the law, then hey, you know, don't join me, because that's kind of where we have to be. Yes, we were hijacked, you know, our nation of laws with the legal system. That is all true, but until we get together, we can't change that. You know, if you want to change it, then stand with me and let's change that. If you don't want to change it and you just want to fight, then you guys can meet somewhere else and you all can fight anybody you want. You know, but I'm all for doing things legally and peacefully and intelligently, and that's just the realm of where I'm going to stay. Legal is not law. That is a possibility. Unfortunately, we're plagued with ordinances, rules, and regulations, and all this stuff. And until we get together, we're not going to be able to change any of that, guys. We can stand here and argue about it all day, but it's not going to change anything until we actually quit arguing and get together and go after that and change that. Slavery was legal, but it was never lawful. Look, guys, there's a huge difference between what's legal and illegal, and what's right and wrong, and what's moral and immoral. We all know that. Unfortunately, the system's been designed against us. So understand, and until we, the people, try to change that, it's always going to be built against us. You know, it doesn't really matter what we say individually. It's only when we come together that we have a chance to do anything about it. You know, I mean, it ain't going to happen tomorrow for sure. You know, if we could just run out and scream at a few cops, I mean, who here thinks that you're going to run out to a cop and tell him that he's a dirty, nasty pig, and he's going to agree and just take his gun off and reach it to you and throw the badge on the ground and walk away and say, you know what, you're completely right. I'm a pig and I don't want to be anymore. I'm going to go get a job at Taco Bell. Does anybody think that's going to happen? Has it happened? I haven't seen it. I just don't think that's the way to go about it. You know, I'm serious here. You know, that's just not going to work. Right. A silent community is far easier to oppress, and we've been oppressed, repressed, depressed, and pressed every way that we can be. And the only way we're going to get over that is to get together and press harder, press on, press forward, and press back. That's the only way that's going to work. You know, I'm ready. I hope there are a few others out there that are ready. I know a few are, you know, but I need that few to turn into more than I'm able to handle, so that I can get, you know, more people in to handle more. You know, the more we get together, the more we'll be able to do it. The collective intelligence of the masses is absolutely staggering. And you know, we'll there you go. You know, when we get together, everything changes. Two heads are better than one. 10 are better than two. You know. Right, ready for the future and not the past. If you want to march into the future, the only way we can do that is by starting here in the present. Technically, we can't do anything tomorrow, and we can't do anything yesterday. The only thing we can do is right here, right now. The future is irrelevant until it gets here, and the past is gone, and there's nothing you can do. So, if you're ever going to be a better person, you have to start right now. And, you know, anybody, regardless of their past, if you're willing to be a better person today than you were tomorrow, then you're exactly who I'm looking for. You're exactly who I'm looking for. You're exactly like the rest of us. Don't feel bad asking for help. It's not about pride, guys. It's about feeling worthy. It's really hard for me to ask for help. I know I've got to get better at it. You know, it's just not in me. If I can manage it, you know, myself, I do everything I can to do that. So, you know, if you have help that you're offering and you're able to, then for a while you might have to offer, because I got to be honest right now, I don't even know exactly what help I personally need. I personally, in my personal life, don't really need any help, you know, but I'm going to need a lot of help managing people, because I'm a great manager. I don't know about a leader. I'm not looking to be a leader. I'm just looking to get us together, and then you know, we'll be able to talk amongst ourselves, and so I don't have to lead. We the people will lead, if that makes sense. Right. If you care about your children and grandchildren, now's the time to do something about it. That's why I'm doing it. All the children, you know, and not only them, all of our soldiers that are not here out, you know, quote unquote, fighting for our freedom. Who's going to make sure that they come back home and it's still free? Who's going to do that? Who's going to stand with me and help me do that? Am I going to have to do it alone? You know, am I the last person out there who really cares and thinks enough about our men and women in the military, about our men and women, all of our citizens here? Who's going to help me achieve that? John, I'm glad you were here, man. If you got to go, go. I appreciate you staying for as long as you can. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the support. Anybody, everybody. Never respect brotherhood. You don't have to respect them. It's not about respect. You know, when I talk about showing respect, it's not really about respect. It's just common cordiality. The word respect is probably a misnomer. Respect has to be earned. It's never given. I don't even give respect, but I will give a certain amount of cordiality. And the only time I will not do that is when I feel like they have withdrawn that. When they have been less than cordial to me, then I will be less than cordial back usually. Sometimes I don't. It just depends on the situation. Because sometimes it doesn't help to, you know, sometimes it doesn't help to be an ass either way. Seen no proof that there is a problem. I've seen lots of gossip. Well, that's possibly true too. You know, I can't prove a lot of things, and I'm not trying. You know, I guess Lisa, you'll have to decide for yourself. You know, especially on my camera, you see what I see and you hear what I hear. I'm not here to tell you what you see, and I'm not here to give you an opinion of what you should believe. I want you to be fully educated on everything so that you can make your own decisions about what you believe, what you see, what you hear. You know, I don't want to be the guy to tell you what you have to think. There's already too many people out there telling you that. If you want to know that, just watch the TV and quit watching me. They'll tell you everything you want to think. I promise you they will. I think following the law gets real change. It's not okay. First of all, you have to follow the law to a certain extent, but until we the people get together, you're not going to change any of that law either. If you want to change things, then join me and we'll change it. You know, but we can't change it without working with it first. We, the people, have to get together. You know, one or two of us complaining about what's right and what's wrong isn't going to fix what's right and what's wrong, and it's not going to make what's legal or illegal, moral or immoral. The only thing that's going to do that is we, the people, and it's going to take all of us. I mean, you know, 10 of us ain't going to be enough. I promise you. If you know, if throwing a few cussing words in a fist fight and having a protest was all it took to change this country, hell, we wouldn't be in the shape we're in. So, you know, I mean, prove me wrong. Yeah, let's see. Seeing one here about slave owners. Look, I don't know anything about slave owners, guys. I didn't live during the time that had slaves. I've never owned slaves. I've never been a slave. You're asking the wrong guy. You know, I don't know anything about slave owners and slaves. I know about as much as about history as you do, and just understand that a lot of what we're told as history isn't exactly true. And I'm not trying to say slavery, I'm not trying to say that didn't happen and they weren't, you know, so be careful trying to put words in my mouth. I'm just saying that I don't have the answers to slavery, and I mean, I don't think that's really a topic for now. um you know, if there's still slavery going on, I'm unaware. You know, you know, I know they have like jail labor and and prison labor, and if you want to call that slavery, I'll leave you to it. But that's neither here nor there. What we need to do is stand together as a people. Right. I don't pretend to be a scholar. You know, as for tripping me up, good luck. You know, I'd have to be I'd have to be pretending a whole lot more to be tripped up. You know, because I just try to be as honest as I absolutely possibly can. Do I come from a slave owner descent? How would I know, man? I don't know that my ancestors owned any slaves. Now, some of the people before in this country did, absolutely. But can I prove that my direct family descendants did? No, there's, you know, I guess I could, but I don't think that's really here nor there. I don't own slaves. I don't advocate for owning slaves. So, you know, I'm not sure how we got on this topic of slavery, but, you know, I mean, if that's a thing going on today, show me where. I don't know anything about that. You're right. I don't make unfounded allegations. I won't. And sometimes I won't make founded allegations either, because allegations won't fix the problem. You know, if all we had to do was make allegations and call out the problems, well, geez, we've already done all that. You know, and that hasn't changed a thing. A duty to provoke the system to see what the system does. Well, provoking doesn't have to be fighting words. You know, we can provoke it in a different way. That's what I'm trying to get through to y'all. We can stand together, and provoking can be done peacefully. You know, we can change it all, but we can't until we stand together. There's absolutely no way it's going to happen just screaming and hollering. Like I said, if it was, it would already be changed, guys. I mean, if that's all it took, we'd already be where we want to be, and we wouldn't be sitting here today talking about it. Libya has slave trade to this day. Well, that's a possibility. I don't live in Libya, so I really, you know, I don't want to comment too much on that because I know absolutely nothing about it, to be honest. I'm not exactly a world history buff, and you know, as far as knowing what other countries do, that's not my problem right now. My problem right now is Ironton and Lawrence County. That's where my heart is at the moment. I mean, it's the whole country, but until we can get control here, you know, back to the people, then there's nothing that we can do anywhere else, regardless of what other part of the country or part of the world. I would agree. Asking them to honor their oath to the Constitution is not too much to ask for, but you know, you have to understand a lot of these people have never even read the Constitution. They raised their right hand and swore an oath so they could get a paycheck. They probably to this day have never read it. You know, I would dare say that a lot of the people have never really read it. They just don't. They think they walk around thinking they know what it says, and they listen to someone else tell them what it says, but they've never actually went and read it themselves. So if you want to be really good, please, God, go read it. Google it, find it, go read it. And once you've read it for yourself, then you'll have the proper education, and you'll no longer be plagued by opinion, but you'll have absolute fact instead. Many don't believe in the Bible. The Bible says to always remember the past. Well, yeah, the thing about the thing about marching into the future is you have to know where you come from for sure. Um, do I have to be a history expert? No, because the collective group of we the people, there's enough people that know that history that can inform me on the things that I don't know. See, that's kind of another point. I'm not the only one trying to educate. I need education too. I don't know everything, guys. I wish I did, but I don't. Guys, if there, I'm kind of stumbling here. I'm not sure what I feel like. I'm just kind of repeating the same thing over and over. I don't want to bore you to death, and I sure don't want to waste your time. There's other things that I could be learning right now and trying to take care of. So, right, if you say things you don't believe or know to be true, you damage the credibility of the arguments that you want to sincerely make. Right, I would agree with that. You have to be very careful when you start speaking, because your words have power. Your words really do have power. You may not understand that, but through this we'll all understand it. I promise. There'll be a lot more coming. I wish I could sit down and tell you everything I knew today, but that would be almost impossible, and it'd take a lot more than just today. So, we'll have to get everything in bits and pieces. There's a lot that I need to learn, a lot that I need to know. So, don't think that I'm coming from a place of higher than you, because I'm not. I'm actually lower than all of you. I'm just reaching up, trying to get people together so that we can all be a little bit smarter. We can all be a little bit more brave. There's definitely safety in numbers, but we've got to have all the numbers. We have to have them all. Some of us isn't going to work. We need all of us. That's what I'm trying to do. Let's get together. What do you say, American Pride, Ohio? Glad to see you, man. Glad to see you come in. Everybody, check him out. Um, I haven't really been involved with what he's doing, but I'm assuming that's going to happen soon. So he's been helping me out a lot. Go check him out and give him a subscribe and a like and all that stuff. As they say, like, share, subscribe. I'm not very good at saying that, but I guess I'm supposed to. Need more businesses coming. Yes, yes, we need a lot of things, but we're not going to get that with the way things are currently. So until we get together, we're going to be unable to affect that change. Don't let Chili disparage or bully me. Well, I think he and we disagree on a lot, and I tried to agree to disagree on some things, and he decided that wasn't possible, and he parted ways with me, and that's it. I don't have anything else to say about Chili. I'm not intimidated in the least by anybody, let alone him. So you don't have to worry about that. Um, I don't. I don't get bullied much. I was always a tiny guy. Remember, I'm only like 5'4" and weigh a buck 50. I've been picked on a lot in my life, and ask anybody around me what happened to all the bullies in my life. They went down. They went down hard. So I'm not exactly a scared rabbit, as some people might think. I'm just a nice guy. If you push me into a corner where I have absolutely no choice but to throw punches, look out. My only thought then is to hurt you as hard and bad as I can, as quick as I can, so that even if you win the fight, you'll just leave me alone, not want to do it again. I've never had to fight the same person twice. So, I assume that I usually get my point across. However, I'm getting to be an older man, and I don't want to fight. It's not, I mean, anybody out there that thinks a fist fight's gonna fix it, then go fight somebody else. I don't have time for the ignorance. I just don't. I don't have time for the immaturity and the childishness. I don't have time for any of that. It's time for all of us to grow up and mature. This isn't a bad Springer episode. This is real life that we're talking about. This isn't for entertainment. I'm not out here to entertain you, and I'm not out here to make money. If I was, I'd have to charge a whole hell of a lot more than I am. It's not about money, and it's not about fame and fortune. If I was going to do all that, I'd be doing something completely different than what I'm doing. I promise you. What I'm doing is not exactly popular, in case you can't tell. So, to some people, they think I'm awesome, and other people, I'm dirt underneath their feet. Either way, I don't care, because I need both of those people to stand with me. You know, the ones that think I'm dirt and the ones that think I'm great. Just know I want both of you on my side. Don't have to worry about Chili. I wasn't worried about a fight with Chili anyway. I'm not sure why that was brought up. I've never even said that, you know, I'm not afraid of a fight. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think he has any reason to be physically aggressive with me. You know, other than that, I don't have anything to say about him. So I'm not here to discuss Chili. Thumb wrestling's the way to go, right? I wish that had settled all the fights. You know, maybe a little rock paper scissors. You know, to be able to come to an agreement. How about the roads and the potholes? Well, guys, if you want to fix the infrastructure, then you're going to have to get with me, and that means that we're going to have to start going to some city council meetings. We're going to have to start doing some records requests. We're going to have to figure out where the money's going, because I honestly don't know. There are other people claiming to, and they're talking about it, but I don't have that information. And the only way we're going to be able to do it is as a group. Or one person's not going to be able to fix anything. Like I said, if that's all it took, it'd already be fixed. Tic tac toe, right? Tic tac toe, duck duck goose. We'll figure something out. Don't fall into gossip. No problem. I have no reason to get into the gossip, guys. I'm not here for any of that. I'm just here to unite people. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm hoping that everybody starts to realize that here real soon, because this is like serious stuff. This isn't a joke, and it's not for entertainment. So, if you're serious about it, then come on out and let's get it done. They may hate to see us together. I'll have to take your word on it for now, American Pride. I'm sure they already don't like you for sure. So I guess anybody with you they wouldn't like too much. Am I for the new jail? Well, maybe only because, and again, I haven't been in it, but I have heard some terrible, terrible words about how it is inside, and if it makes the life, and only if it makes the life of the, I guess you call them inmates, whatever you call them, the people that are held in it, if it's a better, cleaner facility, then sure, I guess I would be up for it. But the idea to make it bigger just to house more people, no, not necessarily. In order to help people, especially an addict, taking them in and making them a felon and then offering them help, that's just kind of like an oxymoron. How in the world are you going to help them after you've made them a felon? I don't understand how that works. But again, those are things that those are things we can change, but we can only change that together. I can't do it myself, and me talking about it sure isn't going to matter. Not to the people that it's going to matter to. That's for sure. They my voice isn't that loud, and they really don't care what I have to say either. I promise you. Enjoy listening to my logic. Well, I'm glad that people are starting to hear a little logic, because in this, in my life, it seems that there really isn't too many people who actually are able to think logically anymore. They allow emotion to cloud their judgment and their ideas. And you know, the thing about emotion is you have to learn how to set it aside to use your logic, and then you have to use your emotion to fuel your passions. You need to learn how to control your emotion instead of allowing your emotions to control you. That's a lot easier said than done, but it really is just that simple. And it all starts with you going to a shrink won't do it, taking pills won't do it. There is no magic happy pill, and I'm not saying people don't need medication. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that those things will not help with that. When it comes to emotion, it's all on you. You just have to man up or woman up and learn how to take control of that yourself. Right. Ask for the breakdown on where the money is going. But see, everybody's kind of like laying it in my lap as if I'm the only person here. There are other people in other places who will be able to get this information a lot quicker. I don't even know how to properly file an open records request, or a public information request, whatever those things are called here in our local area. I'm not even sure how to get that done. So, like I said, I need help. It's not about me. If it was just about me, I'd already have it fixed for you guys. I'd already went in there, slapped a few people, and it'd be over. If that's all it would have took, I would already had it done. I wish it was that easy. All right, Terry V, Ohio. Well, understand that with me, it's not Terry V, Ohio. It's Terry for Ohio, and not only Terry for Ohio, but Terry for all the other 49 states as well. I'm holding out for everybody, everywhere. We the people, not just here, but everywhere across the nation and across the world. So, but we got to start somewhere, and we're going to start right here. We're going to start right here. We're going to stand together for the first time. And like I said, I mean, like I want to buy the world a coat type, where we're all hand in hand, where we can lay down our differences and come together as Americans and go after that we keep complaining that we don't have. We're never going to have it if we don't get together and go get it. I mean, it's not like they're going to give it back to us. If they were going to do that, they never took it in the first place. I see something about incorrect references. There is some incorrectness in some things that are said by a great many people. And guys, you just need to go read it yourselves. Do not believe anybody, not even me, just because I say so. That's not the way to do it. If I say anything and you just choose to take it as true, don't do that. Go check on it. Check up on me. And if you find that I'm wrong, please come back and educate me. I don't like to be wrong. I like to be right. And, I can't say that I'm right about everything because I'm not. A lot of things I'm going to learn for the first time as you do. So, know that you don't trust anybody, no matter who they are. It's not about the name. It's not about their popularity. It's not about what they say they know. The only way you'll know any different is to find out yourself. Right, American Pride. That's absolutely correct. United we stand, and as he said, divided we fall. 100%. If you're tired of falling, then come out and stand with us. It looks as if there's more than one argument going on in the chat. I'm sorry that that's happening. This kind of defeats the entire purpose. If you're all just going to argue amongst each other about the same stuff that we're talking about anyway, I don't get it. It's kind of a waste of time, guys. You're really just wasting time right there. Yeah, maybe we'll be able to do some of that, like the StreamYard, and have other people on. Again, I have to learn how to do all this. I was just lucky enough to get the camera set up so I could go live today. I was trying to use another software, and I'm no master, and I have to read how to do it, and it just takes so much time. That's the problem. I'm not as gifted technologically as I wish I was. So just understand that I'm not a genius in this. I'm learning. So you have to give me time. Things will change as I get more, and you see now I'm just sitting here, and I don't even really have a proper place to do this. It was just easier for me to do it on the PC than on the phone. It's easy and not too time consuming. Um, well, I'll check that out. I was looking at a different one, Streamlab, I think it was, that someone sent me a link to. You know, it's just a matter of figuring out exactly how to use it and integrate it and be able to do a test without, I'm not sure how to do it. So there's somebody out there in the local area here that's close to me. Maybe someone come show me how to do it. That would be a whole lot easier. I learn a lot quicker that way. I mean, I can read and follow directions, but everything's not always as plain to me as I wish it was. Camera mic is working out for me. Looks like you're off to a good start. Well, it's just a camera I went and picked up this morning at Walmart. A friend of mine loaned me the money to get that. So thank goodness. Hello, Michigan Constitutional Crusader. How you doing today? Nice to have you with us. Hey, Jeebus Crips here too. Hey guys, how y'all doing? Always good to see you. Somebody said they unsubscribed. Okay, well, you know, that's whatever. You do you. You know, I can't do everybody. I'm not everybody's flavor. I promise. I'm a different flavor than anyone's ever tasted before, I think. All right, guys. You know, I see a lot of people talking back and forth in the chat. Is there anything else that y'all want from me or want to say to me today? If not, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. Got other things to do. I got things to learn. Apparently, was that StreamYard or SteamYard, something like that? I'm going to have to check that out. Get me help for the streaming. Awesome. I can definitely use it. Um, hey, I appreciate it. I'm glad somebody's got me. Thanks, sounding board. Keep the cameras rolling and that free speech talk, and there you go. Just make sure when you exercise your rights, guys, you do it responsibly. That's all I ask. Just do it responsibly. You know, I'm sure y'all are old enough and mature enough to understand what responsibility is. Just take a little pride in what you do. You know, always look to be better today than you were tomorrow. Right? American Pride said he loves the haters that keep him motivated. Right? You know, those kinds of things. You know, they keep us on our toes for sure. I'm not sure if this is coming to me. Somebody says, "Am I friends with Old Mate?" I'm not sure who Old Mate is, and I'm not sure if they're speaking to me. I'm not sure who Old Mate is, um, so you'll have to tell me that. All right, guys. I don't see much else coming up here, so I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. And like I said, hit me up on email, hit me up on Facebook Messenger. Look for me out in the street. You know, anybody, everybody, everywhere, all the time. The only way we're going to get through this is together. I wish I could do it all for you, but I can't. The days of waiting on mom and dad or Uncle Jim to do it all for us, those are all gone. And now we are the generation that has to go after that change, or our children and grandchildren are definitely going to suffer for it because we have already suffered because of our parents and grandparents falling asleep. So let's all wake up, get together, and let's go after the system in the right way. You know, it's the only thing we haven't tried. So tell you what, guys, just know that I love each and every one of you. I even love those of you that hate me. So you know, don't worry about it. Always feel free to tell me exactly what you think. Put it in the comments. I don't mind a bit. Like I said, some of them make me laugh wholeheartedly, and some of them really touch my heart. So you know, I appreciate each and every one of you, and God bless you. Have a great day, and you know, I'm probably going to start doing this every 2 or 3 days so that we, you know, so that I can get information out and that you all have a chance to get information in. So, you know, and I'll be able to update you on new additions to the network. I hope here really soon. You know, that's what I'm working on, is building a network of people, because that's the only thing that is going to fix it all. So, all right, guys, I guess I'll see you, and I'll catch you on the next run. Y'all have a great day.